If you're looking to buy or sell a home in New Jersey, contact our Coldwell Banker office in Wayne at 973-694-8000 or call Tim direct at 973-865-0249. You can also visit his website at www.homesinwaynenj.com. Tim's promise to you and your family is to provide you with exceptional real estate service while always working to exceed your expectations. And remember, at Coldwell Banker, we never stop moving. Are you an expert in your field?
Do you want your voice to be heard?
Maybe you have a great idea for a show but don't know how to do it.
Well, we can make it happen.
Email the New Jersey Podcast Guys at NJPodcastGuys@gmail.com.
Welcome to the New Jersey Real Estate Show. Now, here are your hosts, Tim Waller and Matt Josephs.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the New Jersey Real Estate Show. I'm Tim Waller, your host, and sitting to my immediate left is my co-host, Matt Josephs.
Good evening, Tim.
Matt's also known as the voice of reason, and you won't know that or understand it until later on. I'd like to wish everybody a happy Halloween. Matt's dressed up as a Roman soldier.
Yes.
And I'm dressed up as myself, and Peter Cornell is dressed up as Tiny Tim.
Wait,
Okay.
The singer or the Dickens character?
The Dickens character. Okay. We have a great, informative, and interesting show lined up for our listeners today. We'll be discussing the who, what, when, where, and how someone can get started in a career in real estate. Mm-hmm. Pretty interesting.
Yeah, it is.
I'm thinking maybe Peter may want to consider a switch.
Something different, he says.
Well, anyway, I've asked on very short notice, mind you, a very special, intelligent, and high-energy individual to speak with us today as to what her real estate journey has been thus far and what actually inspired her to choose a career in real estate. She prides herself with a proven track record in utilizing social media and online marketing to successfully sell homes in an ever-changing real estate market. She connects New Jersey real estate in real time with both buyers and sellers who then benefit from the greatest results possible. This past year, she has successfully helped dozens of her clients buy or sell a home in Passaic, Essex, and Morris counties, respectively, and I'm excited and honored to welcome Coldwell Banker's Jocelyn Russo from the Jocelyn Russo Group to the New Jersey Real Estate Show. Jocelyn, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Tim. Happy Halloween.
Oh, it is the witching hour. Yes, and actually, this is episode 113.
That is right.
That's right.
Unlucky number.
So before we get into discussions with Jocelyn and the who, what, when, where of how to get started in a career in real
Want to
estate,
talk about my Roman costume and where I got it?
I'm not looking at him because he has. I like the what do they call
This is called a hat.
Yeah, it is called a hat or a cover.
It's well now it's called a cover, but not back in the Roman days. It was a helmet. It was a helmet. And by the way, my feathers are positioned. You can tell that I am I forgot.
I didn't realize that they made heels on sandals.
Well, this is my personal preference. These heels. This is not an accurate shoe. They would have had it laced up around the. Yeah.
Okay. Well, on a serious note,
it's just more for comfort.
NAR, which stands for the National Association of Realtors, they did a member survey, and they're realizing that younger realtors are entering the industry. Well, people probably don't realize that there's 1.2 million realtors nationwide who are a part of NAR. That makes up half of all the real estate agents in the United States. So you really have 2.4 million real estate agents.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
So they said the realtor's median age decreased from the age of 57 in 2014 to 53 in 2015.
Okay.
That's the average age of a realtor in business today. The lowest it's been since 2008, when the median age was, what do you think?
2008, 60. Wait, what'd you say? I'm sorry, I wasn't listening.
The voice of reason.
Here I am. I was thinking about reason.
People, that's why we call him the voice of reason.
I'm sorry, Tim. Say that again.
No, okay. So what do you think the median age was in 2008?
And what did you say before that? It went up or down since then?
No, it was down. It was 53.
It was 53.
Right, in 2015.
Right, okay. And then in 2008.
Right.
I'm going to say, let's say 57.
Wrong.
Damn.
52.
52. Oh,
Yes.
okay, not too far.
But 20% of members reporting 1 year or less of experience in the business is incredible. Mm-hmm. That's an incredible 20% of members in the business right now have less than 1 year experience in the business. Yep. In last year's report, 41% of members were more than 60 years old. And no, I'm not in that category. While only 2% were under the age of 30.
Huh.
Only 2% under the age of 30. So you take 1.2 million. You do the math. Jocelyn, what is it?
2%.
Okay, we'll go on to the next one. Okay. So I just thought that was interesting. So now that we got through that
do they
survey,
give a reason for that?
Huh?
Do they give a reason for
my personal viewpoint? No, they didn't give a reason. But my personal viewpoint is I think the creation of all the real estate shows, the $1 million shows, California, New York, Miami, all your HGTV shows,
young, hip, good-looking people,
and they show their commissions,
and they show their commissions on what some of these guys are making, and it's astronomical.
Yeah.
You know, some of these guys make more on one deal than people are making in a year.
Yeah.
So it's attracting that young individual who's full of energy in life and want a career and having fun in the process. So, Jocelyn, if you could be so kind and share with our listeners a little background about you and why you personally chose a career in real estate.
So I chose a career in real estate because I've been in sales a very long time and I used to do interior design. So it seemed like a natural fit to work with homes and sell homes. And it's someone's biggest part of their life. It's the next chapter. And as I grew more into the field, getting to know it more, it was really, it really makes a difference in people's life. And it's fulfilling in more ways than one.
Now, you're a college graduate.
I am, yes.
Okay. And you've been doing this now how long?
4.5, 5 years.
So, was there anyone or any one thing in particular that inspired or motivated you to make that leap into real estate? Because, I mean, you're a young person out of college, and the average age in the industry is 50 plus. Were you intimidated at all by the age factor?
Not really. I don't get intimidated very easily.
Okay.
Well,
nice.
I when I was in class, my first day, the teacher said 90% of you will not be here in this industry working in 2 years. Mm-hmm. And I was sitting up front and center, hand raised all the time. I was super pumped about it. And when she told me that stat, I just said 90% in 2 years. That's like almost everybody in this classroom.
Like the Navy SEALs.
Yeah. So I said, I'm not going to be part of that statistic. In my first year of real estate, I made no money. I made $5,000. I only did rentals. I didn't sell a house. And
were you full-time or part-time?
But that was the learning curve.
That was the learning curve, definitely.
Because you only learn in real estate basically how to pass the state exam.
Right.
And then all of a sudden you come to the office.
It's real life.
And here it is. What do I do?
Right. Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
And so you get to that end of the year, you go, oh my God, I made $5,000 off of this. What made you go into year two?
Because I wouldn't be part of the statistic.
Okay, nice.
And I just said, there's something that I have to do different, and I'm just going to keep working it, and things take time. And I've heard success stories of people that they say, oh, my first year I sold 20 houses and I was great. And then now they're not doing well. Right. So I felt like if I started really bad, I can only get better.
You can only go up, yeah.
So my second year, I won Circle of Excellence. I was in the $1 Million Club, and that was only my second year. Nice. So it transformed from really nothing to a lot.
What happened though? Did you do something, or was it just luck? Or both?
there's no such thing as luck. It's hard work.
Mm-hmm. You make your own luck.
You make your own luck. Yes. Okay. So it was confidence that was built. I knew what I was talking about. I did more research. I kept training myself, and I just worked. And now I have a team, and now I have a great group of people that I'm training to be really good agents, and it's been a...
Oh, so you have your own team now. Oh, very nice.
Yes.
Okay. Nice.
That's one of the great things of having a career in real estate is the flexibility of time.
Right.
Well, I don't know about that.
You have pros and cons, and some of the cons are when people aren't working, which usually is the weekend, is when they need you to help them.
Well, that's why I don't say it's very a flexible industry. People say that it's flexible, but I feel like you have to be very disciplined. Tim, look at you. You wake up at 4:00 in the morning.
Well, not every morning, but no later than 5.
Okay. So does every person do? I mean, that's a discipline right there. And I do the same. I wake up at 5:30 and I have my discipline. If I wake up late, it's just throws me all off.
Well, let me clarify myself on flexibility.
Oh boy. Okay.
What I mean by that,
you could do backflips.
I could do that, yes. No, what I mean is, for instance, when my children were growing up, I never missed a football practice.
Right, you can cater it around to what
That's what I meant by flexibility.
Schedule.
But yes, in this business, you have to be self-motivated.
Self-disciplined every day.
Like but it's a business clockwork. And it is a profession. It's like law. It's like medicine. The problem is you have to treat it as a business.
Right. So like when you're not making money, you have to treat it as if it's making you money because otherwise it never will.
If Matt calls in and says, "Hey Tim, I want to buy a house. I'll meet you in the Burger King parking lot." And Tim says, "Yeah, Matt, what time do you want me to meet you at the Burger King parking lot?" I'm not really exemplifying my professionalism because your doctor or your attorney wouldn't do that.
Right.
They'd say, "No, Matt, it's not the way it works."
Right.
You're going to come here. We're going to do this, and we're going to do it that way. So you have to always portray yourself as a professional. And if you don't treat it as a profession, no one's going to respect that. Would you agree or disagree?
110%, I agree.
Right.
And I we deal with people's biggest purchase or sale of their life. So we're right up there with doctors and lawyers, and we just need to make sure that we are treating our profession like a profession.
And
that's where it's that gray area. It's because we're our own boss. We're our own everything. So you have to have that discipline, that motivation every single day. And if you don't have it, you're not going to make money. You're not going to be the professional that you really are.
Yeah. What is it that you think, I'm assuming you're of the millennial under 30 generation or thereabouts. What is it that you think that you guys bring to the profession that is different than the older people that have, are like, I don't want to say on the way out, but they're in the, latter part of their career. Do you notice a difference in attitude between the two?
Yeah, well, HGTV, I think, has changed the real estate mind of just what a home is supposed to look like when you come in and all shiny and granite and painted perfect. And I feel like as a millennial myself, I try to really be more of a realistic person with my clients because nothing is always shiny. And if it is, you're going to pay top dollar for it.
Right.
So how are we going to make sure that you're profitable in your sale and stuff like that? I'm also big on technology. I've seen realtors that don't even have a cell phone or email. And I'm like, how are you running your business?
Yeah.
Because I do so much with electronic signature, with videos, social media, texting, video, email. There's just so much.
There's so much to do. I mean, I've seen real estate, like agency websites with dozens of agents, and a handful of them have pictures of themselves on the list of where all the agents are. And then in that handful, maybe 2 or 3 of them have a lot of videos, and those are the ones that seem to get it,
right?
But most, I've met a lot of realtors, and it's like kind of depressing how many of them are just not getting it.
Well, when you say who would want a career in real estate,
well,
let's take the job market over the past
that's a great
7
point.
8 years. Okay. Job market hasn't been the best.
No.
When you're working for an employee or employer, or you're working in corporate America, you know what you're making each and every year.
Yeah.
Okay. But that
you're not in control of
that security is no longer there, because corporate America is far different today than it was 20, 25 years ago. In real estate, you can make as much money as you want.
Right.
Correct.
You just have to have a plan. You have to have the mindset. You have to have the discipline, the determination, and it's a numbers game.
You control your destiny.
It's a contact sport.
You do. And, that's another reason why I got into this industry, is because when I went to go find a job after college, I walked in, had my resume, had my bachelor's degree. What they were offering me, I was like, I could work at the mall and get more money. It was terrible.
Yeah.
And that's when I said, with real estate, you can make as much as you want. Yes, we don't know what we're going to make every year, so that comfortable, cushion isn't there. But if you have your plan in place and your mindset and everything, like you just said, Tim, it could be, you could reach for the stars. It's
right. And I think what the point, to add to the point that she said about you don't know what you're making year to year, that fear factor really is fuel for motivation.
Right.
Correct.
Because you can be at one end of the spectrum or the other end of the spectrum. And I'll tell you, it's a lot nicer to be at the higher end of the spectrum than the lower end.
Right. And that's why a lot of agents like to be on teams, because they feel a little bit more of a security. Because if you look at your average person, they want that security. They want to know, I'm going to make X amount. And it's just, if you have a family and everything, it just makes sense that you want that security. So that's why a lot of people are looking towards teams and being on them and looking at them for that cushion.
That's
Strength
correct.
in numbers.
And Peter Cornell, our engineer, just gave me the warning that it's time to take a break. So we're going to do that right now. We're going to hear a few words from our sponsors, and we will be back shortly.
The New Jersey Real Estate Show is brought to you by the law offices of Joseph C. Petriello, located in Wayne, New Jersey. To contact them, call 973-890-7262. That's 973-890-7262. Are you purchasing or refinancing a home? Do you need a free same-day pre-approval? Then call Dean Scaduto from Coldwell Banker Home Loans at 201-322-3456. That's 201-322-3456.
Welcome back to the New Jersey Real Estate Show. We're here with Coldwell Banker's Jocelyn Russo from the Jocelyn Russo Group as we continue our discussion about careers in real estate. During the break, we talked about how inexpensive it is to actually get started in a career in real estate. So, what do you need for the people listening out there that may be considering a career in real estate? You need a high school diploma or a GED. You have to attend an accredited school, and I believe it's 75 hours classroom.
Yes.
You have to pass the school exam, and then you go on to take the state exam. And there's a really, really good company, the American School of Business, which has offices located throughout New Jersey, Princeton, Hazlitt, Hackettstown, Landing, Hawthorne, Nutley, West Orange, Montclair, Fairfield. They have flexible schedules. You can go morning, you can go evening, or you can go on the weekends. The cost to get your real estate license is a mere $445. Compared that to a doctor or a lawyer.
Yeah, it's not very expensive.
Going 4 years of college and then going to med school and then getting out and doing a residency.
Yep.
Well, if I can add something.
You may certainly add something.
I suggest have at least a year's worth of savings in your bank account, just in case you don't sell any houses.
Well,
should you expect to not sell houses?
Yes.
But that's a good point. And what I will tell people because I do a lot of times, I interview agents when I'm talking to agents, trying to recruit agents or potential agents, is that if they have a good job, keep that job. Don't give it up.
Yeah.
Start in it part-time, but you have to be serious. I mean, if you get out of your one job at 5, be in the real estate office at 6, work till 8 or 9, work on the weekends, and get comfortable, make sure this is what you want to do.
Right.
And then when you start making more money part-time than you are at your full-time job, at that point in time, you make the switch and come in full-time. Now, there are people that don't have the luxury of having that full-time job where they're coming in and they're coming in blind, like Jocelyn said, yeah, it's probably a good idea. You have about a year's worth of living expenses to help you get through that first year.
Right.
In that first year, though, what like your first year, you said you were basically doing rentals. Is that what a lot of first-year people do? It's just rentals?
Yeah, rentals and buyers are usually the easier way to get in, to get to know everything.
Renters and buyers? Okay. So what with the renters, how does that work usually? You guys get the first month's rent? Is that how that goes?
The commission is 1 month's rent, yes, but that gets split up by the landlord's agent and the tenant's agent. And then it also gets split between that agent and their company. Okay. So really that first month
that's why it's $5,000.
It gets split by 4 times.
Okay. Okay.
Same thing with the real estate commission.
Yeah.
You sell a house for $300,000, total commission's 5%. So the total commission on that is $15,000. If you have a listing office and a different selling office, that 5% gets cut down in half. So now you have 2.5% that goes to the listing office, 2.5% that goes to the buying office, and then that gets cut yet again, 1.25% to the brokerage, 1.25% to the listing agent, 1.25% to the buying brokerage, and 1.25% to the buyer's agent. So all of a sudden that $15,000, which yes is a lot of money,
it's very little.
It's cut down.
You should just divide everything by 4.
So when
that's the difference between the old timer and the millennial.
We want it now, quickly, and not.
Well, that leads to my next question. Typically, do realtors do agents get paid at the end of the month, or how does that work?
It's per closing. So
you get your check when it closes.
Right. And the brokerage has 10 days in which to pay you your commission after the receipt of closing.
Okay.
I actually just heard a great statistic about the days from when you list a house to when the seller actually gets their money in their bank account. And it's 78 days nationally wide.
78 days from the time they go into contract?
From the day it's listed. A home is listed till the day it closes. You're looking at 78 days. So now put that in what you're getting paid time. Right. You get that listing at 78 days plus really 10. Much. Then plus 10 days.
So it's almost 3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah. So each transaction's about 3 months. Yeah.
Okay.
But the goal is if you simplify it, let's say you're a new agent and you're goal setting, because everybody should set goals, because if you don't set goals, you're never going to make your goals. So let's say I'm going to set a goal to sell 2 houses, each valued at $300. So that's $600,000 times divided by 4. Yeah, you do the math.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh my gosh. Oh, time to go to bed again, Tim. Hold on. Let me. I'll do the math there. You want me to do it?
Yeah.
All right.
600,000
divided by 4. Oops.
No, you got to do 5 times 5%.
Yeah.
Divided by 4.
Times 0.5.
Really
05. I don't have a backup here.
Do 6% times 6%.
All right.
That's 36,000.
That's 36,000.
Okay.
The human calculator got it.
9,000. So you're making 9,000 a month.
Wait. You just what's the next step?
Divide that by 4.
Divided by 4 equals
9,000.
9,000.
9,000.
I know, but I didn't know.
My way was actually faster.
Okay, what?
My way was actually faster.
Yeah, it was faster, but you have to tell me what you're doing there so that the audience understands.
Right. So now that agent with that goal of selling 2 houses or listing 2 houses valued at $300,000 each has the potential to make $9,000 per month.
Okay.
Or how much in
Jesus Christ. This isn't a math class here, Tim. You can't
108,000.
Okay. Oh, if we're going to go a year. Okay, gotcha.
And that's good. That is an attainable goal. Right. Now, like she said before, where her instructor said that 90% of you
90% are
in a year
no longer in the industry after 2 years.
Will be in the industry after 2 years.
So that's good. Less competition.
There is some truth to it. The problem with the industry is that a lot of new agents come in with a lot of enthusiasm, but they lack the knowledge.
Okay.
6 months later, they have a little knowledge, enthusiasm is gone.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
It is.
It's very easy to get discouraged. So when you have a plan or a strategic plan and you're putting that plan in place, most people make the mistake. They don't let it mature. They don't follow that plan long enough.
Right.
They quit prior to that.
Well, you know what it is? It's because they put a plan together, 6 months goes by, and the plan's not really blossoming like they thought. And that's where your mindset comes into place of what are you doing on a daily as your routine. Like, I have so many things in my part of my day that I do.
What is your average day like? Give us your wake up in the morning. What's the first thing you do?
So the first thing I do is meditate for 15 to 20 minutes.
Okay.
Then I read.
What do you read?
I read a book.
Any book? A whole book?
No, about 10 to 15 minutes of a
But
book.
like just different subjects?
I like right now I have Dale Carnegie's
Okay.
book, Napoleon Hill, like those type of books. So self-motivating books.
Right.
And then I eat breakfast, do what I have to do with that, and then make tea, work out, get ready, get to my office, and then
What time are you at the office?
Between 8:30 and 9.
Okay, so you're doing all this stuff before 8:30 and 9 o'clock.
Correct.
Good. Sounds like an Army commercial.
It does.
And
What's your breakfast?
I usually have yogurt with fruit.
Very healthy. Okay.
Yes, and green
All right.
tea.
So you're at the office, 9 o'clock.
Yep. And
That's where you have an Egg McMuffin.
Huh?
Then you have an Egg McMuffin?
No, I don't do that.
All right. No, so go ahead.
And then I have a gratitude journal. So I write 10 things that I'm grateful for every day.
Look at you.
And then I role play my scripts.
So you're playing you and
Sometimes I do it by myself, and sometimes
you
I have a
somebody
partner.
else. Okay.
I've actually teamed up. I do a lot of networking. So I network with agents all over the country. So I have an agent in Florida, an agent in Atlanta, an agent at just people that I speak with every morning and that I actually can refer them business, and we are role playing to
Like, somebody who's moving to Florida and you put them in touch with a Florida guy or girl or whatever. And they know, okay, yeah. All right. Oh, all right.
Yeah, I just did that for my client. She's selling a $1.6 million house, and I'm just gonna. All I did was just connect, and I got a nice.
And you're getting 50,000 for it.
Not 50, maybe.
Oh, but
No.
so you get something out of it. That's nice too.
Yeah.
So okay, so we're not even up to lunch yet, are we? No. All right. So get us to lunch.
So then I make my phone calls, or I do some Facebook stuff because
you got to do that.
I got to
stuff,
do that.
right?
And then I call people back, and then that's lunchtime.
And go on appointments and show houses and go on listing
I
appointments.
do that
prepare
in
for
the
listing
afternoon.
appointments.
The afternoon.
That's
So,
all in
okay,
the
so
afternoon. He didn't
lunch-
get there yet, Tim.
Lunch. What do you have for lunch?
That depends. Usually I go out to eat with somebody from my sphere of influence or a past client or a networking type of
Okay.
lunch.
After lunch.
After lunch is when I have my appointments.
All right. So then you're showing houses or doing whatever appointments you have to do. What time does your day end?
That varies. Sometimes
That's a loaded question.
sometimes I'm done by 5. Sometimes I'm done at 9:30.
Okay. And then, so what do you have, like a bedtime that you try to reach, or
Yeah, I usually in bed by 10.
by 10? Okay. Well, that is something. See, now I need to adopt a schedule like that.
Well, that's why when I say flexible, it's not. It's I go out one night and I come home at 12. That's 5:30, all chipper, writing in the gratitude journal. Just doesn't happen. So you really got to prepare mentally for like everything. So
Yeah, but no, those sound like good habits. The eating, what you're eating is good because you got to do that. Eating well and all that stuff to have the healthy everything else. So that's interesting.
I'm actually on the Tim Waller diet right now. So
Are you?
Real estate is a mindset,
Yeah.
yes, it is.
and it's a very emotional business because you can have several deals that you have in contract, and in a flash or a blink of an eye, those several deals that you were counting on to close all of a sudden imploded. Maybe home inspection reasons, they lost a job, couldn't get financing. So it's very important that realtors always stay on an even keel.
Well, can I just add to that?
You most certainly can.
Adding to my morning routine for my mindset is that I say affirmations as well every morning.
I'm good enough. I'm smart enough.
Not enough.
Doggone it, people like me.
Not even enough. I'm above enough.
Oh, you're above enough.
Yes.
Listen, if you have a knack, and you're genuinely sincere and people like you and trust you,
right,
you will do phenomenal in real estate.
Yeah. And you know what else too? I think it's the mindset of you're helping people. And you know, I've things do fall apart, but you just can't look at it like, oh my gosh, this deal fell apart. You're really out there to help these people with their new chapter of their life. So when I call people, I'm not, it's not a sales call. When I say, hey, how are you? It's really not. It's literally like, do you need real estate help? Because I'm good at what I do. And if you are in need of that, I want to be the one to help you because I'm going to be the best to help you.
Right.
So it's that mindset of, yes, being so goal oriented. It's also about helping people. And that's really the mindset that I think is most important.
And if you have that knack for where you genuinely love people and you get that thrill every time in a closing and you see that smile on their face, you can't put a price tag on that.
Yeah.
So when you take care of people and you do right by people, it's going to come back to you in abundance.
Sure.
Yes, very true.
And again, real estate, and Jocelyn knows this, and any realtor knows that's been in the business longer than 2 years. Your personal referrals are the lifeline of your business, and people just don't say, well, call him or call her. You earn that.
Right.
And you
Absolutely.
earn that by always doing what's in the best interest of that person, that what they hired you to do.
Yeah.
Yep. And it is. It's you gotta maintain the passion. I've been doing it 32 years. I still have a passion for what I do. I still get excited when I can make something happen for a family that they thought wasn't going to happen.
Sure. When it works, it's good.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah. Yep. But it does. I mean, it has its moments.
Of course. Everything does.
Every business. But, in real estate, you make your own security. Mm-hmm. If I don't want to go to work, I don't have to go to work.
But you're also not going to get paid.
Yeah. Right.
Well, the one thing I heard once before, and I thought it was very interesting, is that if you are a real estate professional, you're supposed to wake up every morning as you're unemployed. Have you ever heard of that?
Yes, I have.
Wake up every morning like, I don't have a job.
But when you're commission only, isn't that kind of the way you wake up anyway?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I would think that way.
Yeah, we're independent contractors.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, we aren't employed.
Right.
We're our own employer.
And when you decide that you want to have a career in real estate, your reputation is really the only thing that you have.
Right.
Yep.
And once that reputation is tarnished,
you have to move.
You know, my mom always said that growing up, your reputation is everything. And I never understood until now because it really is. And especially with Zillow reviews.
And I will tell Peter Cornell, our engineer, because I'm trying to wake him up again, that you can do 100 things right.
Yeah.
You do one thing wrong.
Yep.
That's what they remember you by.
Yep.
They forget all about the 100 things that you did right. So you have to go out there each and every time. You have to give extraordinary service, and you always have to work to exceed the buyer or the seller's expectations.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. If you do that, you'll get the personal referrals. You'll have a great career in real estate. You'll make a lot of money, and you'll be happy.
Yep.
And that's what it's about.
Yep, absolutely.
If you are thinking about a career in real estate, what I'd like you to do is take this number down, 973-694-8000. And I would like you to speak with Patty Tahan, our office branch vice president of the Wayne Coldwell Banker office. She's an individual that once you meet her, you'll never forget her.
Oh,
She's unique.
It's true.
She's sincere. And she's the best of the best. Again, you can reach Patty Tahan at 973-694-8000, or you can speak to me as well at 973-865-0249. They do call me the realtor that never stops working. Okay, now that I got the high sign from the engineer that it's time to conclude this show, I want to thank Jocelyn. It was both an honor and pleasure having you come on the show at such short notice today.
You're welcome,
We
Tim.
thank you for your valued time and sharing your wonderful and passionate story with our listeners today. It was extremely informative and insightful, and we thank you again.
You're welcome.
Okay, make sure you tune in next week as our in-house guest will be Fred Schatzoff from Everest Business Capital. We'll be discussing how Fred and his company can help real estate investors quickly and efficiently finance their real estate acquisitions and rehabs. As always, we thank you for listening to the New Jersey Real Estate Show. And remember, great leaders aspire to lead and then lead to inspire others. Stay safe, my friends.